Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am doing my April wrap up and then my May TBR. This month I read 6 books, 2 that are in a series, and I actually started my 7th book yesterday. I obviously won't finish it by the end of the month, so that'll go on my May reading wrap up. So the first book I want to talk about is the last one that I just finished. It is The Home for Unwanted Girls by Joanna Goodman. This one here, make sure you check trigger warnings. The ones that I got were abuse and rape. And it's really about a little girl that was given up, not willingly by her mother, and it took the mother and daughter 24 years to find each other, if I remember correctly. And the book is told in different points of view as their life is going on all at the same time. So it's kind of like a parallel. So like reading Six of Crows, it was told from Kaz's perspective, and then Inage, and then Matthias. So that's kind of how this book is set up. It's told in 3 different, so it's told by the little girl that was given up, and her name is Elodie. Then it was told by Maggie, who is the mother of Elodie, and then it's told from the perspective of Gabriel and how their lives were going on and what happened during their life at the same time. These certain things in this horrible abuse was happening to Elodie. So like I said, make sure you read the trigger warnings on this. But I did give it a 4 stars. It was a very good book. There were a lot of parts that made me gasp because of all of the horrific things that they went through and that Elodie herself went through when she went from an orphanage to a mental institution. It is set in the 1950s up in Canada, and it has French Canadians, English, and how the times were back then up in Canada. It was a very, very good book. I would recommend it for anybody that does not have any trigger warnings. The next book I read is The Quarry Girls by Jess Laurie. And I went to her book signing yesterday, and I'm so excited because she signed this book. I don't know where it's there. So she signed this book. And from my understanding, she said that almost everything in this book is based on the truth, and it is right here next to where I live currently in Minnesota. Please check it out on Amazon. I will see if I can find it and link it below. It is a very good book. There is a couple of trigger warnings in there, but it is a murder mystery, and it surrounds a bunch of teenagers in high school, and they go to the quarries to go swimming or to party. That is what us in Minnesota have done for years, and 3 girls go missing, and you have the hope that they will find all 3 girls alive. And it talks about the tunnels that are underneath the city in this book. So this one I would give a 5 stars. I would highly recommend this book. But like I said, again, with that, check the trigger warnings. And I got my first arc. It was one of the first couple of books that I read in April. It's Funny Guy by Emma Barry. And this book is just absolutely, it made me laugh so many times. It is such a good book. I gave it a 5 star. And like, reading the book, I didn't know who I was more aggravated with. If I was more aggravated with Sam, or if I was more aggravated with Bree. Because they both kept talking back and forth in their own heads that they've, like, Sam says, I love her, I've always loved her, but what if she doesn't feel the same? And then Bree, in her own mind, does the same thing, that I love him, I've always loved him, but what if he doesn't feel the same? And it gets aggravating to the point of, like, just tell each other already. You know what I mean? But again, it's 5 stars. It comes out May 16th. Please go to Amazon and pre-order your copy. It is an amazing book. It's a fun journey to go on with those two. Again, Funny Guy by Emma Barry. Check it out on Amazon. It comes out May 16th. It's an amazing book. One of the other books I read is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This book was also a 5 star for me. I'm so excited to read the second book. I have pre-ordered the third. And Knox is, in this book, he's kind of a butthead. He really is. He's kind of a butthead. But Naomi is the only one that understands him. Truly understands him in his moods. And that, it kind of goes through that. And about her leaving her husband at the altar and coming up to this little town where her sister has done nothing but wreak havoc through the whole town. The whole town hates her sister. The town at first thinks Naomi is her sister. And so it's just a really good book, and it reads really, really, really fast. So that is one of my series books. The next book is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I started Crooked Kingdom just yesterday. I obviously won't finish it this month. But this book was so interesting. And like Kaz, who is one of the main characters in this book, the way he talks about Image is that he truly cares for her. I don't know if loves her, but he truly cares for her, and she's one of the only ones that he fully trusts with anything. I don't want to tell you what happens at the end of the book. It's super surprising. This talks about a huge heist that they're trying to do and pull off. There's 6 people in his crew that try and pull off this heist, and it just kind of goes through their journey on getting to this heist and what happens once they get to where they need to be to do this heist. I don't want to say too much, because if I say too much, it may give away the ending of the book, and I don't want to do that. But like I said, the next book in the series is Crooked Kingdom. Also in the same universe is the Shatter and Bone trilogy. And I also picked up King of Scars and King of Wolves, which is also part of that world. So I'm kind of really excited to see how it's going to evolve. And then I read the book Verity. Like, I don't have any words. Like, it's just a book that, it's like a murder mystery type of book. And you never expect to happen what happens at the end of the book. It was just a wow. It is the very first book I read by Colleen Hoover. When I got my tax money, I went out and bought every Colleen Hoover book that I could get my hands on. So I'm super excited to read more of her books. But yeah, it's very, very shocking. There is some manipulation in it. There is some abuse in it. So do check trigger warnings. There's not a lot of it. It's not very detailed. If you think you can read it, then please do. So for my first book for Colleen Hoover, it's just amazing. It is a 5-star. So these are all the books I read in April. So I'm super excited with that. And so now on to my May TBR, which is Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book in the series for Six of Crows. And like I said, I started it yesterday. So I should hopefully finish it by next weekend. My second book for May is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is a Sarah Carioli book club pick of the month. And I've decided to do something different this month. This is not all the books that I have. I just did a video with the rest of the books that I did for a book haul. But this is everything except those books. And I read 6 books this month, so I'm going to try and pick, let's see, there's 2, so I'm going to try and pick 5 books. So then I will have 7 books on my TBR for this month. Hopefully I get to them all, so it's more of my May hopefuls than anything else. So the first one is this one, and it is A Slow Fire Burning. So that's one. Next one. Let's see. The Divergent series. And that has 4 books in it. So that's actually the end of my picks, because I'll read the whole series. So let's see if I can get to them. Hold on. Hold on, I'm coming. All right. So, the Divergent series. A Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. Happy Place by Emily Henry. And Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. So those are my 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books for May TBR. Hopefully I get to all of them. If I do not like the Divergent series, I will do another video and pick 3 more books, because I'll try and finish the first book. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you for coming and visiting me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!